I thought today I wanted to just finish this painting here. So what we did last time, we just ended at this one. And then throughout the week, I was just looking at this as I was kind of preparing for today. Then I realized some of the issues that the painting had. So just to give you an idea, the first thing is everything is very straight on here, while the actual angle of the reference face is looking down, right? So I made that adjust. So the adjustments are made here, and then we're going to continue painting on that. So I made the adjustments to give that curve a little bit. Then I also adjusted the mouth to give that facial expression. You can see here, very different. This is almost straight. We made it over a turn so that the facial expression is a little bit better and matches the reference more. A few things that I still need to do. So today we're just going to try and render this thing and try and finish the rendering. But then also some things need to be tweaked. For example, the eyebrows, like we can see, it's a lot more angular here for the facial expression, and these are more flat. Anyway, so this is kind of where we're at. And I'm gonna hide the old one, and we're gonna start working on the new one and try and finish the rendering. So I'm gonna start by just adjusting the eyebrows. Do the same thing here. See, it should be go this way. So fixing the eyebrows. Make it look better. And to match the expression that we're trying to do. Then at the end, we can even compare what we started with to what we started with from last week to what we finish and render. I'm using a hard round brush here just so that I can have pretty good edge control and define those shapes better. We can see here. It's also good to sometimes take a break from a painting and then come back to it, because you'll find a lot of things that you may have missed, and easier to point out the things that need to change. All right. Then the other thing that I've noticed is that compared to the reference, I'm using a lot more cooler tones for the colors, but I think that's okay. I don't want to really change it too much. It's okay if it's not exactly the same. And then I want to just fix some of these edges as well. See, this area is a lot smaller than what I have it here. So just pull it back a bit. Comes like that. It's fine. So we can see even here, like I brought the angle down too much. So let's fix that too. Be more like that. It's too dark. Blend it in more. And then this edge is defined also, like here. Same on the other side. Feel like it should be more like this. And also, this comes out too much, so let's bring it back. That light. Right. And then similarly here, it's very well defined edge here. It's subtle, but it's there. The difference in the values. Right? Here too, this is too light. Let's bring it back. And then we have this edge as well. That. We have it here too. Oops. There we go. And then the really dark cast shadow also here. So this is all the hard round brush. There's nothing special about this brush. I'm just putting in these edges and defining these edges that need to be hard edges a lot more. And then if I want later on, I can choose the soft airbrush and render and blend. There's a bit of pressure control so that like I don't put the entire thing like that hard, but that's the idea. I think the other thing that I did while I was making adjustments made the nose a little bit wider too, because I noticed compared to the previous version it needed a bit of adjustment. Okay, always good to flip the canvas. Not bad. Let's work on the nose more. I'm putting some highlights in, but I think oops, what is this? Now these highlights, I think, need to be a bit more warm. Okay. A bit darker on this side. Okay, so here at the eye, it's pretty dark here. This also comes in more. In the nose. More like that. Right? Let's define this a little bit more too. And then it's good to do the eye. Let's do the eyelids, or maybe let's define this. Is pretty dark here too. So let's do that. Almost blends in with the eyebrow color. And then it goes up like that. Not necessarily as dark as the corner here, but it's still dark. Okay, now let's fix the eyes more. Let's look at this side too. This side also, it's almost as dark here. Very well defined. And then blends in with the eyebrows. All right. Eyebrows need to be much darker, I think. Okay, so it's more red here. I feel like this side has become too cool, so I'm gonna pick a red from this side just to bring up the temperature, make it a bit warmer and more cohesive. So you can see here it's very red and orange, the top, and here we've gotten, it's not bad here, but then here we're going a lot more, you can see, subtle. Actually, it's not bad, so we can keep it as is. This maybe needs to come. This shadow maybe was a bit too cool. That's okay, we can have cooler shadows. Okay, so let's do the bottom and top eyelids. Okay, so let's start with this eye. So it's first dark. Hello. Oh, how's everyone doing? Got 3 people here. A few people here. Do you have anything you want to ask me about the process and how I'm rendering this? Feel free to ask. Okay, first of all, there's 2 things. They really do really thick most eyeliner. Let's do that. Oh, nice. Daily gesture drawings. That's fun. Gesture drawings can be fun exercise. It's a good warm-up too, to start getting into doing whatever you need to do. Okay, I think the lower eyelids maybe, or and you know what? I think that's good. You know, if you're a beginner, focusing on the fundamentals is and just drawing is good. Rendering, it can come later, because if you don't have a good base, I mean, obviously you don't have to master everything. Like, I haven't mastered everything and I do rendering, but it's good to have at least a little bit of a base, just because if your drawing is not okay, then no matter how much you render it, it won't look good. Okay, so they have that, and then there's like a gold piece here. Now let's keep it like that. It's very well-defined hard edge around it. Right. What's this? It's not too wide, so similarly here, very dark. Goes this way, comes back up. It's almost like eyeliner at the bottom. Then we take this similar thing, oops, and add it here. And this eye has now become too small. Let's fix that. Yeah, this eye has become too small. We can go to the liquefy. Feel like this eye, the upper part needs to come up. Not so much. Let's use the enlarge tool. Right. That's better. Let's flip it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think this just needs to come down. There's quite a bit of a curve. Comes down and then up and in. Yeah, that's much better. I think that's better. Yeah. And then it looks like the eyeliner here also goes out a bit. Gives it that shape. And then there's gold coming out of it. It's that smoky look. There we go. Okay. So now underneath that, there's another layer before the highlight here, where it comes like this. It goes up, and then it's more light. Maybe a bit even more light. Oh, it's a mix of, okay, so it's light here, shadow here. And then this blends in like that, and then this should become thinner. there is a bit of a light inside it. Almost like there's a hard edge. Let's try the other side and then maybe we can come back to this. Yeah. So we can do the same here. Comes down like this. It's dark. And then it's like light here. Yeah. There we go. It angles towards the eye itself, the corner of the eye. Okay. So we got that. Maybe I should take the soft round brush and blend in a little bit. Although the style, they leave this brush strokes quite a bit in there, but still there's a bit of blending. Especially if I reduce the size of my brush, it will work. Like at the bottom here, it's blended quite a bit. But I should lock my layer so that I don't paint outside it. Like here, it's pretty hard edge. So I can either go back to my hard round brush or just reduce the size of my airbrush so that I can make it a lot more, the transition not blended in so much. Okay, so here, in a little bit more of this red here. This side is also darker. Then it needs to have some red. The transition. And this highlight here. Here. There we go. Better. Okay, let's fix the top. It's a bit red here. And then there's more lights. There. Here. Right. Finds the shape more. Dark here, and then yeah, it's blended quite a bit here. Okay, so the nose also, there's too many edges here. And some of my line art is still in there, so for my sketch lines, so let's just fix that. You can see here the bridge of the nose is, there's a highlight here. You can keep that, and then it becomes dark right there. Goes around this way and this way, and then it's light again here. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's fix the eyes. We did them a little bit, but let's fix them. I'm gonna start with maybe dark darker orange. I'm going to put on another layer so it'll be easy to delete. Let's start with that. And erase the top part. Right. Fill it in more. Let's start over. I have this ink brush, which is a lot easier to just put. Is that too big? I think that's right. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's go back to our normal brush. Okay, so let's fix it. So the inside is almost completely white, and it's here. I'm gonna just use, it's almost white, I think. I think so. I just need to center it. Yeah. Okay, and then the outside is pretty bright yellow. Just lock it. I see. So there is, it's like that. There's still a small ring of dark just before the white. Maybe the white area is a bit too big, so something like that. I think the white is too big, so let's just dial it down a bit. Right? I'm gonna merge these two. And then I'm gonna go on top with a multiply layer. I want to add, still should be light and shadow. So and then I'll put an overlay to make the bottom part a little bit lighter. It's better. There. I think the multiply maybe is too much. Bring it down. Okay, let's merge all of that. Eyebrows need to be more defined, I think. I'm gonna go and do that. Darker. There's these like extra pieces of hair from the eyebrow just at the edge. Like this. Maybe too dark. Maybe too dark. Okay. Let's go towards the teeth, maybe. Find those a little bit. So this one comes here. First, let's do. Sometimes I just create a new layer if I'm not sure what I'm gonna do is right. Okay. A line there. No. Like here for the bottom teeth, can't really see too much. Yeah, that's fine. And I can go get some lights. Oh boy, teeth are hard. It's hard to make them look okay. Add a bit of light here. Here. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Before, after. Okay, cool. Where's these? All right, so what do we need to do? Set some highlight to the lips. Okay. All right, so let's do the hair. New layer. Hair, I always do hair on a new layer. Let's clean this up a little bit. All right, so I want to bring this one here so I can see the hair a little bit better and do the hair a little bit. Okay, so let's go. I think this color is fine. Maybe a bit darker. Saturated. And let's define the shapes. I think the shape generally is okay. Like that. Goes down and goes up. Have one that goes like that. Up. This. Like. And then with light and shadow shapes, we will make it look better. So let's start with just the shadow. So very dark. Maybe not so saturated. Darker. This part goes like that. There's a piece. Oh, there's a few pieces that come out from here. And then the middle is actually trying to see part of the skull. Okay, let's go back to this. To the dark color. You can see I'm just putting light and shadow shapes as I see them. And then if I go now to the light color and define the shape a little bit more. Like that. You can see I'm just giving it a kind of a texture. Imply the shape. I follow kind of where the direction of the hair. Obviously, we can spend a lot of time on this to make it look better. But for this live stream, and just not even just for the live stream, for just generally, if you don't have time to render hair properly, hair is all about big shapes. It's not about actually drawing every single hair strand. You know, and also always think about the direction of the light, right? So we have the shadows on this, the shadows are here and the light is coming this way. So my shadow shapes are more on the right side, right? And then my light is more on the left side. there we go. It didn't take us that long, but it's, I think, acceptable. I think so. I think it's not bad. Right? Like to play with that a little bit. Sometimes I just put too much of a contrast or not enough. And then also color balance. I think it's a bit too purple, the highlights, so let's make it like that. Very subtle, not much of a difference, but it's okay. Let's do the ears. The ears, you can barely see it in the reference, so it's very dark, darker than this, right? Almost like that. And then there's light here. Okay, so now let's add the gold. Let's add the gold, yeah. Let's do that. New layer. Okay, so we need to really define this shape. And then I put on a new layer, and then it's easier to just adjust it, delete it, erase it, and do all of that stuff. So we have, and follow the shape of the face, right? So this comes down like that, then goes straight like that. Like the angles, there's a shift, right? Depending on which part of the body we're putting it on, right? And then here goes up like this. Oh, that's... One way you can also do it is, I do this sometimes where I would just draw the shape on, I draw the shape with a symmetry line. So I could like put it on in a new layer, and then I would just go like this, because it's very symmetrical, this shape. But in this case, the angle is a little bit tricky to try and put it in perspective afterwards. But let's say if I had that, symmetry off, then I would grab this and try and place it where it needs to go. But I think in this case, the angle might be a little bit too much, or the changes might be a bit too much in the shape, that this may not work. But you get the idea. You could in some, like if we were drawing, if we were drawing in this angle, the bottom one, this idea would work. But we are not, so we will draw it out. Okay, comes up. Let's see. A bit of an angle to it like this. That. And then this goes up. This goes up. It's back. And then on this side, we have same here. And then here it goes like this. Here. Sticker here. So as I did this, I noticed that the left side has to go like this a little bit. Yeah, much better. And then we have this shape here, starts from here, goes up, down, then up. Oh, yeah, this part just goes a little bit. And then there's another, so then this is stick, thin, 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 thin. Just in this. Like this. And I'm doing all the same color, value, whatever, and then we will adjust it after. So on this side, we can only really see the other side. This part here goes up, comes back down, goes up like that. Similarly to this one. Stick. Down and goes there. Cool. And then on this side, this maybe a bit higher. It's kind of above. It's here. Sometimes when I draw things, I use the tools that I have to adjust the perspective a little bit. Then it comes up like this. And then on the eyes, that's also there. We get this piece that comes out like that. Goes up. Right? Cool. The other side, we can barely see it, but it's still there. And then we got gold here. Nope. Yeah. It's on the same level as this one. And then we have these random dots. Okay. So now that we have this, unlock the layer. Oh, let's add a few more. There's a few more lines, dots here. So we lock the layer, and then now we can add light and shadow. It's mostly light, but then here we got some that are in shadow. And how we do gold, like I mentioned last time, is there needs to be contrast. So let's just add the shadow first. And then there's like sudden light or highlight. But this is not just entirely gold, it's also like some magical power. So here we can see. We get some really bright spots. Corner here. Here as well. It's always a play between light and shadow. So let's go back here. Add some of those really bright, almost whites. Coming along. Thank you. Yeah, it's slowly. Rendering is just time. We just need to put time. The one thing that I need to add here, I'll create a new layer and add a few hair strands that will cover part of this, because now it looks like it goes on top of the hair, but it doesn't actually go there, right? It's on the skull and it's covered, but the hair is not necessarily completely on top of it, so we can see part of it, right? That's why they have that's how it's shown, right? So that's why I'm creating a new layer on top of the original one, and then just going on top. And the other thing that I've noticed is that the hair, the skull, can be seen a lot more. It's because of the braiding, right? Okay, so let's just try and do a little bit more, and I think this is, we can spend a lot more time, but I just wanted to bring it to a spot where it's decent. So one thing that I want to emphasize again to just make it look like the style of Arcane is some of these lines. You see, I mean, it's there, but a little bit more maybe. Hard edges. This one back on top. And then here. Let's do basics here. And let's separate this white area. Control Shift A cuts it on a new layer. That's how I do that. Maybe a soft brush. This to be cooler. More blue. Look back? No, I haven't. Is movie or it's an anime movie? What's it about? Background brush again. Maybe we should only last. Let me make a note of that. What is it called? Look back. Look back. Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds like it. So sounds like it would be nice to see for an artist. So I'll give it a try. I wrote it down. So try and watch that. Okay, we don't need to focus too much on the clothing. I've got just a little bit of time left. So let's do this. So the round brush. Okay. Okay, you can't really see too much here just because the gold is going to cover it. I had some gold here, so let's just work on that layer and try and finish the gold that we have here. Comes down. And then it goes down like this. It goes like I could put this one. What happened here? Oh. There's these, and then let's put this one here. Paint here without going outside of the body. See, there's a bump here. That's the collarbone. Right, so they really show all of that. And this comes down like this. This up. The exact placement is not accurate, but I think that's okay. Oh, the chain also has like right here. I didn't realize that there was a piece here. And back to this. Okay, we're almost done with this one. So just erasing here. Okay. Let's lock this now. So completely light. This area is very bright. Peace. Oh, magic. Almost. Okay, we'll adjust that later, but let's go back to this. Again, like really contrast between light and shadow is kind of how you get that golden effect. Let's do some of the shadows. I'm gonna really play with the saturation quite a bit here too. Okay, and let's go back here. The light. Okay. This is all, oh, there's a part of it here then. And then really light. Oops, lock it again. And then there's a bunch of these. There's a piece here completely. Yeah, almost done. Almost done for the study. We can obviously spend a lot more time rendering and cleaning this up. But as far as the study goes, I think we did a good job. I don't know. This is what we have. I think the big piece. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let's do some of these magical powers here. Comes this. can do the same thing. Add a bit of contrast between the colors, dark and light. And yeah, I think this is okay. Let's fix this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I think this is gonna stop here, but I think it's okay. I think we did what we wanted to do for the study. So if we look at where we started at the beginning, or where we ended last week, or where we started today, this is where we were, right? You can see lots of adjustments were needed to make and render. And we can look at even the sketch. This was the sketch. So this was the sketch. Then after that, we got it to this. And then today we finished it to here. Yeah. So let me know what you think. If you want to see more live studies like this, let me know. I recently just did Jinx in the style of Marvel Rivals. So if you haven't watched that video, you can go watch that one. And if you want to see other studies like this and which characters and which things, let me know and then we can go from there. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Okay, so before I end, do you often stream? I wasn't before, but I just started last week and this week. I'm thinking to try and make it regular. Not sure how often, but I thought this was a good thing, a good opportunity, and I had fun doing this. So maybe I'll try and stream more often. We'll see. If I have ideas, if you guys have ideas to what you want to see in the stream, then we can do that more and more. Last time I streamed before these last 2 weeks was, I think, a year and a half ago. So, but I think it's fun. Streaming is fun. You can see, as you can, guys can also see my thing being how I do things live. Anyways, let me know, and I'll see you next time.